I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And GR going for a drive. '23 Toyota GR Corolla.
Circuit Edition prototype without launch control. That was great.
Horsepower and torque.
300 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque from a turbo 1.6 liter 3-cylinder.
So this is the first GR hatchback that we get in North America because Europe gets the Yaris.
Yes, so this is the first version of the GR Corolla to ever exist on planet Earth.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and this kind of competes with the Golf R and the Civic Type R.
Yes, the Civic Type R being only front-wheel drive, so the Golf R is its closest actual competitor, but it's priced significantly higher.
And the Golf R comes in automatic or manual, DSG or manual. This only comes in manual, and the Civic Type R only comes in manual.
Yeah, and the new Civic Type R is also coming out soon as well, so we got a lot of fun competitors with this car.
So what did they do to make this a GR Corolla compared to a regular Corolla?
A better question is, what didn't they do, Yuri? They changed basically everything. Like, starting with the wide body kit, look at this thing.
Okay, the wide body kit is cool. It says GR4, and it says GR4 on the intercooler because this is four-wheel drive.
That's right, this is an all-wheel drive car.
Oh yeah, all-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive.
Yes.
Yes, even though it says four.
Yeah, whatever, it drives all four wheels.
And then we have a different manual shifter in here as well. It's like very, very notchy.
It's very notchy compared to the regular Corolla. The throws are shorter and the gear ratios are shorter.
And we do have automatic rev matching with this
IMT button.
IMT button right here hidden behind the steering wheel, which is very nice. I really like the auto rev matching, and the pedal placement for heel toe downshifting is also very nice.
And the other major difference is how it handles and how it performs, Yuri. Perform it into cliche corner for me.
This is like a cheater car, dude.
This is incredible. Such a good car.
And I'm in track mode right now, which means 50-50 power distribution through the front and rear.
I feel like you could take this twice as fast.
I could, I'm just taking it easy, bro.
I know, this is insane though. Like, this car gives you so much confidence.
And then you can also do 60-40 front or 30-70 to the rear.
Yeah, so it's really cool that you can actually vary your torque distribution with this button down here. So you push for track, which is 50-50, and the other ones you rotate for.
Yeah, and I see some of their marketing material of this thing just doing nasty burnouts and like nasty drifts.
It is filled with tire smoke in their marketing stuff.
So I went to the secret STRAIGHTPIPES test lot and I turned everything off, so it was out of the expert mode, full traction off, cranked it, and I couldn't really get it to do anything, kind of just plowed out. So unless I'm missing something, maybe it's for like high-speed skids or they did some like really good trickery for those photos. I don't know.
Maybe you gotta balden up these tires or something like that.
Yeah. At the end of a shoot, they cover everything in oil. And
or you come in like real hot on a track, which we haven't had the chance to do.
But if you look at those photos, like, I don't know.
I know.
There was some tomfoolery there.
And among the other major differences is how this sounds. It's a 3-cylinder, it's a 1.6 liter. In here, Yuri, floor it for me.
I'm going to do the downshift and see how much power it has at the same time.
Okay.
Kind of quiet.
I think that's pretty appropriate for a 3-cylinder. It sounds good, I think.
It sounds, yeah, well, I don't think I've ever really experienced any fast 3-cylinders, so I've like nothing to base it off of.
Yeah, but just comparing to 4-cylinders, I think this sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds better from the outside.
Let's take a listen. It actually does sound really good from the outside,
yeah,
too.
especially when it's moving around, it's like really like bassy, like rum, rum, like it'll shake your house.
Yeah, and you can also rev it all the way to redline as long as you don't have the clutch in.
Yeah. Very, very cool feature. Then there's a little bit of blow-off valve.
Yeah, it's pretty pronounced. For a stock car?
For a stock car, yes.
Impressed.
Do you like the front bumper?
I love the front bumper. The front grille, the headlights, everything about the front end looks amazing.
Do you remember how much we liked that Apex when we reviewed it against that older Civic?
Yes.
Yeah.
But this has different headlights.
But it's very similar.
Yes.
They kept a lot of like the old normal Corolla-ness in this.
And I'm glad they did.
And what if you were looking to buy a Corolla, a GR Corolla, a Civic, or a Civic Type R?
tsp.truecar.com, discounted price offers.
Because these things might be kind of tricky to find at dealerships.
Yeah, so good luck finding one, but you could definitely find Corollas.
But back to the sound, I forgot one thing. There's no pumped-in audio, which is really nice.
It doesn't sound like there is. It's really authentic, whatever's coming through.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't notice any pumped-in audio.
Yeah, well, the fact that we can hear that blow-off valve so well tells me that it's not pumped in, at least not very much.
Okay, other look stuff. The wide body is cool how it's like bolted on in certain parts and then kind of like molded to the bumper the way it sticks out. Like it looks really awesome.
Yeah, like the front fenders, like the whole front end is its own separate pieces, whereas the back end has just been kind of tacked onto the doors and the sides of the Corolla. But the back end, that's when it's like a whole different bumper.
Do you like the triple exhaust back there?
I'm okay with it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just okay.
Hey, the Civic did it, so we got to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they did a different take on it, which is nice because you still have the duals on the side with the one in the middle.
And then color-wise, we've got a gray. They all got fancy colors. You can get like white, red, gray, or matte.
Yeah,
gray.
Depending on which version you get.
I think
there's the Core, there's the Circuit that we're driving, and then there's the Morizo edition.
Yeah, which is the racing alias of the CEO of Toyota.
Akio Toyota, I think.
Yeah, you know, I had a racing alias when I did drone racing.
Of course you did.
Do you know what it was?
Slow Yuri?
No, it was Mighty Duct Tape. Because all my drones were covered in duct tape.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. And someone gave me that name. I didn't come up with it, so that's how you know it's a real nickname.
Okay, just like people call me the Hammer.
You have asked me to call you that, yes.
Nobody calls me the Hammer.
But white would be my favorite color for this.
This would look really good in white. And everybody in Europe, like Matt Watson and everyone's got them in white.
Yeah.
Shout out Matt Watson, the GR Corolla, the GR Yaris's, they look really good in white.
Okay, the thing I hate the most about the looks of this, no big wing on this one.
Okay, this is where the prototype thing comes in. So we got this so early in Canada that this is a pre-production prototype, so it's actually missing the wing that you should get on the circuit. So this kind of looks like a Core. So if you do order a circuit, you will get the wing in Canada, do not worry. But this is kind of like a Core with the added vents and the forged carbon roof.
And the Core doesn't come standard with LSDs in the front and back.
Correct, this has Torsen LSDs front and back.
And then
and fun fact.
How did this get to Canada?
This came to Canada on the same boat as my new E55 wagon, so definitely watch that video if you haven't yet.
Yeah, it's a long one apparently. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's long, yeah.
It's not done yet, but it'll be done by the time you watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cool car, for sure.
Is.
Would you rather take your E55 over this?
Yes.
Oh.
I still would. It's way less money too.
So overall, looks-wise, do you like this more than the Golf R, or the Veloster N, or the Civic Type R, new one or old one?
Yes to all. Yes to all. That's it. I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, and then how about...
Civic Type R was close.
And then how about wild card Focus RS?
Yeah, this still looks better, I think.
I kind of like... I guess.
It's a wide body.
Yeah, but the Focus RS could do like quick little drifts. But that's the ending of it.
You're talking looks.
All right, let's get you in the driver's seat.
Time to GR Corolla myself. Just gonna launch it.
Just wants to go, eh?
Oh, dude, this is so much fun. That was such a good launch.
Compared to STIs?
Yeah.
Which are manual, all-wheel drive, but there are no more STIs.
No, so you have the WRX, and compared to that, this just feels like it wants to go like all the time. It's such a nice car to drive. Holy crap. Okay, so lots to say. Suspension, really good. This doesn't have adaptive suspension. There are no drive modes for adaptive suspension, but this is one car that I really don't feel like it needs it. I think they nailed the damping.
It's well-rounded.
Yeah, like it's not too stiff. It's literally just right. You could daily the hell out of this, no problem. You can take this through corners.
Maybe thanks to the ride height being a little higher than most people would like for a Corolla GR.
Yeah, so that is my one criticism, is that it looks a little funny, but it looks like a rally car, so...
In winter, that would be sweet.
Exactly, but we are in summer. I have traction off, and I will downshift myself into second into cliche corner, and wow, this is incredible,
isn't it?
Oh my goodness, those LSDs are working.
It's like cheater mode.
Yeah, dude, this is amazing.
And that was 50-50 distribution and track.
Yeah, track. So I'm not even full full rear, which is 70 to the back. Like, this is awesome. This drives so well. One of my favorite cars ever.
Do you know what got me most excited about the GR Corolla / Yaris more than like any commercial?
What?
Nürburgring videos.
Okay.
Watching the Yaris just dummy like 911s and stuff on the Nürburgring was the best marketing they ever could have come up with. And then driving this in real life, you're like, oh, I can see why. Like, I feel so much more confident in this. This is like Audi RS levels of confidence for me.
Yeah, for me too. And at first I was upset that we didn't get the Yaris, but now that we have this, I am very happy.
So the Yaris must have a smaller motor because it's a smaller car, correct?
No, it has the same one with slightly less horsepower and torque, so it's just detuned.
Nice.
So definitely up-tune your Yaris to Corolla levels.
It obviously can handle it.
Yeah. But yeah, this car drives really well. This shifter is fantastic. The only thing I don't like about it is the actual shift knob. I feel like the shape of it kind of hurts my hand, but easy
I was going
swap.
to say, it feels nice in my hand, and it's got the Maurizio signature on that as well,
Yeah.
even though this is not the Maurizio edition.
Right, and then in front of our shifter, we have our drive modes. So we just have custom, sport, normal, and eco. I've been leaving this in sport because that's this type of car, and the steering is really, really nice. It's like firm, but it's...
I put you to rear.
Dude, this is some of the nicest here. I'll downshift. Actually, oh yeah, this is good. You could even see the torque distribution changing as you change that.
Okay, can we talk about the gauge cluster since you pointed to it?
Not
yet?
What did I just say? I forget. I don't even know if I finished my thought there, Yuri. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, the steering. Thank you. Steering is fantastic. Some of the best Toyota steering, I think, because it's nice and stiff. It's got the right weight to it.
Can we compare this to the Super steering or not really, because that's BMW steering?
That's BMW, so let's stick to Toyotas.
Yeah,
okay, gauge cluster.
Okay, we have a different gauge cluster than we do in other Corollas. It's all digital. It's really nice. In your sport mode, it's like a left to right thing, but like 0 to 4 is compressed and the rest is widened out. And then the other modes, it's a circle, but you can't do the circle in custom or sport.
Right, and that's the same stuff as in the GR86. So that's why your 0 to 4 is compressed, because this is meant to be more of a track version.
Yeah, just ripping it the whole time.
Yeah, so if you want this gauge, then you kind of have to use the other gauge on the streets or whatever. So
sport mode's fine though.
It is.
So it turns out you can change it, and I just didn't go deep enough into the settings. My bad. Then we've got these little pods on the left, middle, right, and your speedo in an outline.
The outline is weird, and I'm not sure if that's a pre-production thing or a final thing.
I saw on the website graphics with that outline. I'm not going to put it past Toyota or a car company to have left that in there. Because if they didn't leave that in there, people might not have realized you can go left and right. But you can go left and right on your steering wheel, which gives you 3 different modes that you can customize, and you can even make one that gets rid of like everything, but then you still see the outlines.
Right, and then this gauge cluster is also much higher res than Toyota's been putting in previous Corollas and other cars, so that's really nice. And then we have our infotainment to the right, which has also been updated to the new Toyota style. It is also higher res and it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, can be wireless. This is really good.
Yeah, and it's got a Sirius XM. You can get a couple free months of Sirius XM if you go to our link below.
Click the links. And then we only have a volume button, unfortunately. A tuning button would have been nice. And we also don't have any hard home button, which also would have been nice.
It's actually a volume knob, not a volume button.
Whatever.
Because there are cars with volume buttons.
It's a button too, because you turn it on and off.
Yeah, I think this infotainment is good if you only want to live in Apple CarPlay. I'm not a fan of the new Lexus Toyota infotainments.
Yeah, but at least we do have hard buttons for our climate as well.
That's very nice, yeah.
That is nice.
Then we've got our USB-C only for power in here, which, whatever, you know.
New car.
New car, buy a USB-C cable. That's cool. Hey, we got a round start-stop button that says GR. Shout out Toyota, no shout out Camaro.
Okay, I gotta send this again, dude. Okay, so
full
full rear.
rear.
This is such a fun car to drive. My goodness, holy, I love driving this.
But at any point, did you feel like it was gonna like ready to like drift, or like maybe only in loose surfaces like snow or gravel?
Probably in loose surfaces.
Or something weird on track that we haven't figured out yet.
It feels like it has, I don't want to say unlimited grip, because it kind of does feel like you're on the edge there, but it does have a lot of grip, which is really nice to feel. But then you also have your front drive bias mode, 60/40, which you would probably want to use in the winter if you're not trying to crash kind of stuff. But the fun part would be putting in full free.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
So then back to touch on looks real quickly. The wheels, do you like them?
I love them. They
suit the car really well.
Yeah, they work in black on this car. Normally, I'm not really a fan lately of black wheels, but they work really well here.
And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a GR Corolla?
The Extreme Contact Sport. And then we also have really nice looking brakes behind those wheels as well.
Yeah, I think there are different brakes and colors available.
I believe the Core comes with worse brakes, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe
please.
not as good brakes. Well, anyways, you know the Core being so much cheaper, we'll talk about that later. Like, I think that would still be like really, really cool.
Yeah, you do miss kind of a lot of stuff. Like, you don't have the LSDs, but if you're just going to daily this thing...
If you're not going to the circuit,
exactly,
you may not need the circuit edition.
Exactly, and then you miss out on the forged carbon roof, which does look really cool, but does not really add to your daily driving. And then you're also missing the hood vents and the rear wing, which again does not really add to your daily driving. I think that is a fantastic value.
So then how about moving inside? Are you comfortable right now in your GR seat?
Very comfortable. These are very, very nice seats. I have no complaints about them. I was able to lower my driving position to a point that I actually really like. I don't think it's quite as low as the Civic Type R in the previous generation.
Okay, you want to see a weird thing?
Sure.
No armrest.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice thing.
But you don't hit anything with your elbow. Like
And-
if this was a Veloster, they'd probably have an armrest up here that you'd be ramming right into.
This is actually a perfect size for my phone currently, so if you get anything larger than an iPhone 13,
There's a wireless charger up there too.
yeah, but if you don't want a wireless charge and then put it here, it's perfect right now.
You know what's sick?
Yeah, manual.
Manual
You could
handbrake.
manual handbrake slides, and then we also have gloss black all down here, which kind of sucks, but whatever, premium economy car.
Yeah. Okay, we have cup holders. They fit a small cup just fine. Let's check the visors real quick.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
3, 2, 1.
Fail.
No, not good.
Extension.
And then your steering wheel. Do you like the looks of it and everything and all the buttons?
I do. I like the size, the grip, the feel. Everything's really nice.
And we have good lane centering in here too, which is awesome. Then how about backseat room? Because I fit fine behind myself at 5'8".
It's still a Corolla, so it's not that great, but I do have pretty good headroom. It's nowhere near like a Civic backseat.
And it seems like our trunk room is a little bit less because of the all-wheel drive system, but like there's still a good amount back there.
It's definitely a high load floor.
And then if we fold everything down, we got a bunch of room, but obviously never as much room as a Civic hatch.
Never. Like nothing has as much room as a Civic hatch, basically.
Yeah, but it's front-wheel drive. Maybe if they made an all-wheel drive one, it'd have less room too. But it would still probably have more.
They would somehow be able to pull it off. And the last thing I actually want to talk about is how good this engine is for a 3-cylinder. Like, it's not crazy fast, but it's like, it's fast enough to make you feel like you're going quite fast, even though you don't have to be going that fast to enjoy this engine.
I feel like this would be such a good car for like lapping days.
Yes, this is very torquey. It's got plenty of torque down low. Like it's got pull up high. Like this is a very good,
very enjoyable.
3-cylinder.
This is super enjoyable to drive.
Yeah, just the overall experience of driving this. This is going to be a legendary vehicle. Mark my words. You could put that in writing. This is going to be as legendary as like Toyota AE86s. I don't know if GR86s are as legendary, but people are going to like them for drift missiles in the future. What else? Like Lexus LFA. I know that's a crazy thing, but that is now legendary. It's going to be in that like very desirable range of vehicles that Toyota's ever made.
Yeah.
A Mark IV Supra.
This is going to be like a Mark IV Supra?
This is going to be as legendary and collectible in the future for sure.
I'll allow it. But with that said, I think it's time we get to the price.
Well, we actually do have pricing, Canadian and US. The Core, which is the cheapest version of this, starts at $45,490.
Canadian.
Which is $36,995 US.
And then the Circuit.
Is $53,990.
Canadian.
Or $43,995 US dollars.
And then the Marizo Edition.
$59,990 Canadian dollars.
Is that special edition worth the extra little bit of torque? I mean, compared to like a Core?
I don't know. I mean, for future collectability, yes.
And for rich people who don't care about money?
Yeah, and I mean, these are going to be very, very hard to come by anyways, and those ones are even more limited than these already are. So, I mean, if you can get one, just get one.
Okay, so you have to make a choice.
Okay.
This, Golf R, or Civic Type R. For me, I didn't hit my knee on the steering column here, so automatically this beats a Golf R for me.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Civic Type R, I don't know, because in Canada, we drive in winter, so I think this would be more fun. If I didn't have winter, I think I'd be very happy with the Civic Type R.
I think I would be very happy with either or. I really do like the Civic, and we haven't even driven the newest version of it. But I think I would go with this one for the exclusivity, rarity, coolness, wide body, and how new it is.
But if I could cheat a little bit, I think I'd hit up tsb.truecar.com and find a Focus RS in blue.
Oh, really?
I still am very attached to that. Like I just really like that, even though my back probably can't handle that suspension.
No, that suspension is so bad. Like this suspension is really,
and it
really
sounded
good.
so good with the crackles and the drift mode.
But that was
thing I
like when crackles were cool. Do you think you'd be over the crackles driving it now?
I feel like there was a mode where you could turn it off.
I don't know.
Anyways, let us know what you think about this new GR Corolla. You like it, trust us, you'll like it.
Yes.
Buy one, you'll like it. There's nothing wrong with this car, you'll like it.
If you have one on order, you'll be happy that you ordered one, and if you didn't order one, you'll be upset that you didn't.
And any trim, we assume, is going to be a good trim.
Yes, just buy whatever you can. This is such a good car. Great job, Toyota. Knocked it out of the park.
Don't forget to subscribe.
See you guys next video. Also watch our Corvette video. That was fun.
Corvette.
There's a whole series.